Hey everybody, welcome to the show. So glad you could join us. Check out this picture. We have Malcolm, we have that whoever's in the middle there, and then we have Fred over there. So 1 year of Behind the Scope. Want to thank you all. Thank everybody out there for joining us, liking, subscribing, giving us those thumbs up. This is our picture. If you want to take a screenshot of it, go ahead. I'll post it later on. Not that we're vain or anything, but we just wanted to show you Malcolm. You see, Malcolm has come out from behind the TriCaster to get in the shot with us. Kudos to him for learning the device, YOLO, the YOLO TriCaster device in such a short period of time. I'm hoping our sound is clean, and let's get our live picture up, Malcolm, and you'll be able to actually see us. Look at that, huh? Two really sad-looking guys. What do you say about this 1 year, Fred?
Where did the time go? It seems like we just started yesterday.
Yeah, it does.
Hopefully we've learned a lot. Hopefully we've showed you folks a lot. But we have a lot more to show you and tell you about.
Yeah, we do.
All the air traffic experiences and effects, from staffing to government closings to weather. And if you have any other questions, please send in the questions so we can answer those too.
Yeah, we'll be watching the chat line. And one thing that I did want to say, and I did want to mention, I want to give a big shout out to those air traffic controllers and all those government people that are working for free. That is an amazing, amazing thing that you're doing. And it shows your integrity, it shows your passion, and we're off on the pictures. What's happening there? Okay. It shows your integrity, it shows your passion for the job, and your dedication. So kudos to you guys. The system wouldn't be running without you. And I'm glad that you guys step up. It really shows your moxie, shows your intestinal fortitude. But this government needs to get their act together, pass that bill so you all can get paid. It's not right. You guys going to get all that back pay, you'll be happy about it. But I'm hoping that interest rates on your anything you borrow are not going up. Maybe there's a way you can get compensated for that too, because these idiots can't get together. Congress is another word for a group of monkeys, in case you want to look that up, okay? You know what I'm talking about, Fred?
Oh yeah, and if you happen to meet any people that are air traffic controllers, just remember, don't piss them off. We are not pretty when we're pissed off. You could ask a few pilots about that, okay?
That's true, but we're good folks. We have good sense of humor, although we're not finding them not getting paid funny, especially under the conditions that they're working. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that. And I did see a post from Trish Gilbert online, Houston Center employees. If anybody wants to take up the role of establishing an account, throwing some funds in, and helping distribute those funds to people that are in need because they can't make their payments. I like that idea, Trish Gilbert. That's an amazing idea, and I'm definitely behind it. So if somebody does put it on the ZHU Facebook page, we could start making deposits for you guys, and I'll also post it on the Behind the Scope LLC post page. You know, we got over 220,000 subscribers now, and I'm sure that people out there would be more than happy to kind of help out with finances for you all, because you guys do an amazing job, and a lot of people really don't understand what it's like, what we do from pushing back at the gate till the time they arrive back at the gate, what kind of hands you're in. Most capable hands in the country, most safest air traffic system in the world, provided to you by the air traffic controllers at all the facilities around the country, NACA employees, any of the regular managers, the supervisors, just your controllers in general. Thumbs up to y'all. Great job.
Yes.
Don't let that thing go crazy. I thumbs up. And then what I mean by that is our cameras are AI, and if I move my hands around too much, it kind of goes wacky. It wants to track me, and I don't know. Anything else you want to add to that, Fred?
Yeah, for our monologue today, we wanted to talk about the air traffic staffing the flights, and the weather.
We have a start.
Excuse me?
No, go ahead.
Oh, and, all these concerns as to why my airplane can't leave now, explained as to what the reasons are. If the staffing is down, if it's just, you have certain numbers that a supervisor knows he can work his pieces of airspace with. But if he doesn't have those numbers, he has to slow those planes down or stretch out the spacing between them. Again, if you have weather in the area, and in the Northeast right now, they've got some really bad nor'easterly storms. Again, you have to stretch out the traffic and slow it down. You can't land as many planes. You can't work as many planes when they're deviating around that weather. And with the government closure, some of these facilities are losing their staffing because people are taking sick leave. You can't turn down sick leave when a controller calls in, but it's not something we do just on the spur of the moment. And not getting paid, some of these controllers are doing that. So that's where we're at. Any questions on that? Why my airplane isn't going to get off the ground on time?
Yeah, if you look online, you can see that the chat box is open. In fact, Jack and I are corresponding right now. He's telling me that the sound is good. And he even gave me a quote reference. The furloughing. Senator John Kennedy says, "The Senate is like high school, except nobody graduates." I guess they don't even grow up either. I can't believe it. It's just a reflection on society. People these days, people will have a difference of opinion, and because you don't agree with them, they won't like you. I've never heard of such nonsense. You got to be able to like people. If it wasn't for people having different opinions, the whole world would be vanilla, and what a boring place this would be. You don't want to live your life in a vacuum. You want to listen to everybody. You want to give people the opportunity to be heard. And in return, they need to give you the opportunity to be heard also. And that's how ideas are exchanged. Did COVID, did we lose our ability to socialize after COVID? I don't get it. There are so many nefarious groups out there on both sides of these issues that are actually getting paid to stoke the fires. Let's fool them. Let's show them how we love one another, how we can be adult and disagree and knock that crap off. We don't need it. This is the greatest country in the world. Let's not lose it. Why do you think everybody wants to come here? So anyway, that's my soapbox. I'm getting off of it now. Thank you for listening to me. Okay. So let's continue to go on. Fred brings up about delays, and the title of our podcast today is "Why My Plane Can't Take Off." There are a lot of reasons why planes can't take off. Like you said, weather delays. It could be equipment issues, and it could be a staffing shortage somewhere. It could be a ground delay program in effect because one airport is inundated with arrivals. Like just last week, the Charlie Kirk, was that the last week or was it week?
Yeah, Phoenix.
The Charlie Kirk thing in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm sure they had a ground delay program in effect. That airport was saturated with traffic. I brought up the FlightAware, and you were able to see the impact of all those airplanes going in during that. So I think it was 2 weeks ago because they weren't furloughed yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you bring up the FlightAware to see the traffic in the Northeast right now with all
We
the
can do that.
storms?
I'll do that right now, Fred. That's a good idea. So give some more explanations about equipment outages on both sides, aircraft
Yeah.
equipment and facilities equipment.
Yeah. Again, your airplane's not going to take off if there is an equipment problem. If it's in the electronics or the engines, it's not going to take off. If the controllers have communication or computer problems, they can't accept all that traffic if they can't see them, if they can't talk to them. When you're busy, like I've said before, you haven't lived until you work in 20 or 25 airplanes and your scope goes blank. It adds new definition to the word, oh, that word, yeah. And your armpits get real soaked as you're trying to figure out what to do with that traffic. Something I used to tell my trainees, in this business, certain words don't exist. Can't, never, and impossible. You must figure out how to come up with a solution, not just to sit there and say, what do I do now? You can't say, what do I do now? Because those airplanes are coming and they don't hover very well.
That's right.
Yes. Any addition to that?
Well, right now I'm looking at FlightAware, and I'm bringing up some interesting information on flight traffic. Malcolm, can you go to my computer? Just today alone, the ATC's bringing on up. Here we are.
Is it connected?
Oh, maybe there we go. It might help if the HDMI was connected. Malcolm can't see us. I knock the HDMI out when I bring this to my lap, the laptop. There we go. So today we have total delays today, 17,037. Wow. And in the United States, it's 3,034. Total cancellations, 487. So that's an amazing amount of cancellations here in the United States. You can look at it on flight, by airline, by airport, by destination. So what do we want to look at? Newark, New York,
Probably the
JFK?
North, Kennedy, Newark, LaGuardia,
Let's see if we can
and you can throw Philadelphia in there too.
do a search here. We'll search for New York. We'll just do New York.
Philadelphia's become a pretty big hub also.
And, did add? No. I'll just type in JFK. Here we go. Let's see what we got. This is live tracker, enter a flight or tail number. Now it wants me to do that. So anyway, I guess it's not going to give me the exact airport unless I go down the line for cancellations. So airport delays right here. We'll get rid of this screen and we'll bring this one up right behind. So
A basic day.
this is just an amazing amount of traffic right here for a good day.
How many are in the system right now, can you
I
tell?
don't know, friend. Let's see. Let's go full screen.
4,000 to 5,000?
Normally it has a number up here. We go full screen right here.
You can see by different parts of the country
Now look at the Northeast corridor.
how the traffic increases and gets packed in.
Not really giving me any numbers, but this is a pretty good picture of what's in the air just for a Sunday. Sunday
And
is not a very busy day in the air traffic system.
if you look over the Atlantic, sorry, I just missed that. Over the Atlantic, you can see all the traffic coming from Europe over to the United States.
Yeah, they take what they call the Great Circle Route. And the Great Circle Route is not a straight line from point A to point B, which we all believe is the shortest distance, but it is circular because the Earth curves. So
Right.
it's based on the curvature of the Earth, and that way there they actually have a shorter route of flight.
And
If
we-
a straight line, it would not match the curvature.
We have to say thank you to Christopher Columbus that for his special day tomorrow, he was the reason why it was determined that the Earth was not flat.
Yeah, really. And look at these flights. I mean, think about how many people are on are in the air right now. Okay, you have
There's an Air France right there.
Air France going to Charles de Gaulle out of Atlanta. Oh no, he's going to
coming
Atlanta
in.
out of Charles de Gaulle. He's
Right.
at 39,000 feet, flight level 390, and he's let's see, estimated to get into Atlanta at 5:02 p.m. Normally I could bring up the airspeeds on there, but I've gotten this far with the system without crashing it on my computer. I'm just going to leave it here like that. I'm not that familiar with FlightAware. I only really use it when I do my drones or I'm trying to find somebody that's flying in. it's good, getting a good estimate.
That darker area over there, over the US, that's not,
This is weather,
that's weather, that's not water.
yeah. So the blue is water, and the green is weather, and then the really, really dark areas are high
Heavier.
intensity weather, like severe thunderstorms perhaps. But you can see the majority of air traffic is not going directly through it, going around it. And then the ones that are going through it, they probably have good weather radar on board, and it's not a very bad area. Some of these aircraft have to remain 20 miles from thunderstorms. That's, I think it's American that has it in their
No
system.
restrictions, I don't know.
And then at the airport, here at Intercontinental, if you have a lightning strike near the airport because of thunderstorms, every time that happens, you're going to wait, they're going to give a delay. It's either 10 or 20 minutes before you can get off the ground. Isn't that news to you? So here we have our airports here in Texas, and you can see, is anybody texting in for me? Can you tell? Anybody got any questions on there while we're talking?
I've got.
You got 1, 2, 3? Okay. Well, how about that, huh? Whew.
And while you're looking at FlightAware, maybe you
Well, we're
could,
talking to them now. We're live.
okay.
Y'all can hear us, right?
While you're looking at FlightAware, maybe you could look at Israel.
Okay. Let me just recover from what
Yes,
what I just
okay,
went through.
catch your breath, catch your
Give me a
breath.
second, okay? So, everybody out there, can you hear us? I'm gonna come back up online here. Man, that was crazy. What, what a G-R-A-Z, crazy sound. Can you all hear us now, loud and clear? We got good, clear, crystal sound? Everybody? You're not speaking, there's no
That
audio?
was 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Hey, Jack, throw me a text if you can hear me, but it's probably still on a delay. Oh, that's yours first.
He said 5 by 5.
Ah, very good. Thank you, Jack. All right, so what were you saying? Want to look at FlightAware again?
FlightAware and see if it can show us Israel.
Hey, that's a good one. Let's check it out. We go.
And
to,
it should, time-wise, it should be a special time where the hostages are starting to be released.
Yeah. Okay, let's try it. We'll go on over. Oh, no, you can't see that far. Oh, yeah, maybe
You can, just give it a second. You can see the whole world if you want, just go slow. Try Tel Aviv.
Here we go, Israel right here. We'll put Israel in the center, and we will start to do a little bit of enlarging.
I'm sure there's some military traffic flying around too.
So
and
we
you can
have
see.
Israel, Air Israel, CYF. What's CYF?
LL. What's
Coming out of there, you can see I don't think we're going to see any military. I don't think they allow us to see.
They
This
block
is just regular airlines. So, but if Rich fill us up, we could probably see what's going on in Bahrain. But yeah, it's not too busy over there on the Israeli area. What time is it over there? Do we have time?
it's
Is it 12 hours or 8 hours? So if it was 8 hours, 8 p.m., about that.
it's Sunday. I want to say about 11 at night.
11, okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah. So I'm going to bring us, I'm going
Okay.
to take us back. Sorry. I'm going to go back on the channel so see if there's any questions out there. So the name of this show is Why Can't You Hear Behind the Scope LLC. So what we had was let's do full disclosure. Okay, so this week this whole system was being used to shoot a movie piece. Okay, I was shooting a piece for a producer out in England. And the name of the movie that I was shooting was Ouija Board Massacre. So I think from the very start of me doing that 2 days ago up until right now, Ouija Board Massacre has been giving me a lot of Murphy, throwing me a lot of curveballs. All the equipment was used for that, right down from my cameras, my lighting system, and we had a really, really long day yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to check on the Soundpack's battery. So it failed. So now we're back on live using the house electronics, not the battery. So thank you for staying with us. I think we got several people. We got 4 watching. So to those 4 that are watching, hello, and tell people we're back online if you know them. We've gone crazy with our camera, Malcolm. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. But as we were saying earlier, the delays, we get back into the delays. How far did we get? We were talking about equipment and we were talking
Weather.
about money, right? And the best thing is when you get a delay and you're on the ground, as much as you think it's painful on the ground, it can be a lot painful in the air. Making holes in the sky, doing holding patterns, or ending up at a different destination, that's not fun. And I was out in Paris a couple of weeks ago On the way out, our equipment failed, and when I got to Dulles, Washington D.C., the flight going to Charles de Gaulle had equipment problems, so I ended up spending the night there, and then I went from Dulles to Chicago, and then Chicago to Charles de Gaulle. Needless to say, that was a total of 18 hours worth of travel time, but I'd rather be on the ground taking the delay, especially when there's an equipment outage and when they tell you it's going to take 2 hours worth of testing to see if it's going to work right. That means that it must have been a pretty critical piece of equipment. So I'm glad that the pilots decided to not fly. Yeah. And then coming back, we had to go through Newark Airport, which I ended up having I think it was about an 8-hour delay from the time we got there to the time I got on my flight going back. And that was weather, and they didn't say anything about staffing. It was just really bad weather. We were having lightning strikes all around. And then there's also equipment on the FAA side. So when there's outages in the system, you don't want to fly through it. You want to make sure that everybody's able to talk to you, and one place doesn't get overly saturated. So
If by chance you have the flexibility to have your own corporate jet, you can go to an alternate airport.
yeah, Fred, the Elon Musk of the world out there would be.
You stay away from Kennedy and Newark. May I suggest White Plains or Teterboro?
Talking about White Plains Airport, I'm going to tell you a very interesting story about a good friend of mine from my kindergarten days, okay? His name was Jerry Bacher. We were friends all these years now. Imagine knowing somebody since kindergarten. Jerry was a very organized kind of guy. He retired from Comcast, or it was either Comcast or AT&T. He was a lineman, okay? He did very well for being a lineman. He was, in his younger days, when he was going to college, he was the voice of Fordham University. He ran a radio show, and he talked up all kinds of cool stuff. I can just imagine Jerry was one of those kind of people that were really into the minutia of something. He got down into the details, and very, very brilliant guy. Jerry had a knack for talking extemporaneously in groups, and he just had such a beautiful way of phrasing things with a little touch of sarcasm, a little touch of comedy, and basically all factual. And you could look up anything that Jerry said. If he was saying it was for real. Jerry and I would talk cameras all the time. He knew that I was in the film business. I retired in 2008, and I got into this kind of thing. And we would talk cameras. He has 2 kids and a nice wife. And so this one particular morning, I called Jerry because I wanted to talk about a camera that I was thinking about getting and using. And I, at the end of our conversation, said, "Hey, Jerry, what are you doing today?" He says, man, today I'm finally going to get to watch this swashbuckler movie with Earl Gardner. I have never been able to just sit down and watch it. My wife is out of town. My son is not here. My daughter's going to be upstairs. She's not going to be coming down to bother me. So I'm going to have all this time to kick back and watch this show. So I said, cool. So I hang up and go about my business. And then sometime that afternoon, maybe about 3 or 4 o'clock, another friend of mine from grade school calls me up and he says, "Hey, Rob, did you hear about what happened to Jerry Bacher?" I said, "John." It was John Catrini. I said, "No, what happened to Jerry? I talked to him this morning. He was going to watch Errol Flynn, swashbuckler movie." And he says, "Jerry got killed in a plane accident." I said, "Plane accident? He was in his house." He said, "Exactly. Plane took off from White Plains Airport. They didn't have enough fuel on board, crashed into his house, killed everybody on the plane, and Jerry, his daughter, was shot out of the window. She landed in the pool that they cleaned their dog in. That saved her life, but she was still burned about 60% of her body, and I know that she's still in recovery, but I was dumbfounded. I said, no way. I thought John was pulling my leg in a very bad way. So I immediately got online, and sure enough, there on Channel 2, it was either Channel 2 or Channel 4 News, I see it. They're on location at Jerry's house. and the house is on fire. And that was it for Jerry. I couldn't believe it. What are the odds? What are the odds of that happening? So
That's why I say you have to be very spiritual in life. When God wants you, He's going to come and get you.
yeah, one way or another.
Yeah.
That was
Oh, yeah.
that was a real eye opener for me, and fortunately I at least got to talk to Jerry, and I made a movie called Life Insurance Lottery with Chuck Norfolk, writer, and a great cast and a great crew. And at the end of the movie, I dedicated it to Jerry Barker, because that was the camera that I was talking about using with him. And so anyway, and then I'm not being a huckster, but it is on Amazon Prime if you want to validate my story and if you want to see that I did dedicate the movie to him. So anyway, that's it. Anybody got any questions out there? Would love to hear your questions. And again, thank you. We are 1 year into this Behind the Scopes, and you guys have made this happen. I'd like to know if there's any stories you'd like to see, if there's anything else you want us to talk about, we'll bring it up. And especially if you have a group of people together, we'll come out and we will interview them all. We're going to have some special guests on. Jack Overfield is going to give us information on a guy that's the son of the jet engine
Right.
maker, the guy that made the first jet engine. So that'll be interesting to hear. And there's a couple of other things that Jack, I don't know, Jack has all these crazy connections to people. It's amazing. And one other thing that we're going to do is we're going to follow up on our B-17, see how that's coming along, if they made any headway, and hopefully that the show that we did for them has given them some additional funds. And also remember, if there's somebody out there that's on Facebook on the Houston Center page that sees the request from Trish Gilbert about opening something up for these controllers that are going to be needing money because they're furloughed, please take up the torch on that. It would be a great thing, and I will post it on our page here, YouTube page. Right, Fred?
Right. And for events we have going on with BTS this Thursday, the 16th and 19th, this coming Thursday, we're going to get together at BJ's Brewery up in the Woodlands, right off I-45, and we'll be getting a bunch of controllers together to have a drink and meet.
Right, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to bring those tickets up for the booth at Ellington for Sunday for the Ellington Wings Over Houston Air Show. And maybe we'll just do a raffle while we're there. What do you think of that? I think that's...
Somebody's going to enjoy them. They're really top-notch in the photo booth.
And you get your own restroom. I think it said liquid refreshments are free, and you will be right there, right next to the all the displays. Do you get to go in early? You get your own parking space too. So I'll read in this tiny print that Fred gave me. I'll read this to you. It says, when you arrive, you enter through any air show gate. Show your ticket, and you'll get your parking. They'll show you where that is. You get the photo pit on the north side of the field, closer to the show center. Let's see what else that I can see when you arrive. Okay, the chalet. They provide risers, tables, chairs, a private porta potty, a tented area, boxed lunch and drink. Amazing. Cold water, hand sanitizer. So you know when you come out of the porta potty, you can have clean hands. And every friendly chalet team to ensure you have a great experience. So these tickets were for Fred and I. We were going to have a booth down there for BTS, but I have to go to Florida, visit my mother, and Fred has...
I have to go to Dallas, Tulsa, and North Carolina.
Yeah. So these tickets are excellent. It's for Sunday only, not Saturday, Sunday, and the Thunderbirds are performing. So if you get a chance, and you want to bid on these tickets, go over to BJ's. That's how we're going to do this. I think we'll try to raffle it off over there. So, the price of these tickets, 2 of them, are $230. So let's see how y'all do. Like, I think this is going to be great. And you know what? I think that if they open the bank account for those air traffic controllers and we get a good price on these tickets, we could maybe make a deposit for them. What do you think, Fred?
For the controllers?
Yeah.
Always, yeah.
So the proceeds of that raffle, if somebody out there has opened that account, the proceeds for that raffle will be deposited for those air traffic controllers that have been furloughed. What do you think, people? I think that that's what we're going to do. Yeah.
Might also show what things we have for
Oh, we're going to be
sale.
hucksters now, again? Okay. So our normal huckster segment will be we want you, let's see, I got to go this way. We would love for you to purchase one of these on our site. What's that? You're going to go, you're going to go to Type Shop. Here we go. Look at that little QR code here and on the back and inside of this lovely book.
Everything you wanted to know about air traffic control.
Okay, oh, there we go. It's so tight. Yeah, we got everything in there. Who's written by, who started air traffic control, what's going on all through the years, and it's been updated. And look at this lovely, lovely coffee cup that Fred is using for his Java this morning. I assume it's Java.
Yeah.
It's just straight coffee, right?
Yeah.
You can be the owner of one of these. I am working on these glass cups. I haven't got it perfected yet, but it will look great when I'm done. We also have fabulous coasters that you could have modeling underneath your drink, okay? Or you just sit them up on your bar or your table out there. And then we have these 15-ounce cups. And on these, we can have this and any one of these cups. Not only this, but on the back, we can put the logo of where you worked, what you're proud of, what you've done in the past. You can have the history of your FAA written out very nicely. I'll print that on there so that anybody that's, there you go, we resumed again. Flying back at you. We will have anything on the back of that cup for your career or your business, okay? So get with us. On that note,
No more questions?
do you see anything out there, Malcolm, coming up online?
Last thing Jack commented was about
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
Let's see. Yeah, so, yeah, we got the 8 hours Houston time, 8 hours Houston time for Tel Aviv arrival, okay. Well, that's about it for our show. Did I miss anything?
No,
No? All right.
no, we covered it all.
Well, again, thank you to everybody. That's
Nicole.
Nikki Rivera over there. She's our BTS. She's been doing all of our, or the 99% of our pictures. Now, don't confuse her with Nikki Wishnauer, who was the one that was in the motorcycle accident that passed away. So, but she, because they both have similar names, I don't want anybody to be confused about that. But she's here. She does a great job. In fact, she was on set for Ouija Massacre, or taking out behind-the-scenes photos, and maybe I'll put some pictures of that on the site just to whet your appetite. But anyway, adios. Jack says adios. Jack, thank you for being part of this show all the time. You're one of our major contributors, and we got Jerry Strickland, that's a big contributor out there, Steve Stooksbury, Dorothy Stooksbury, all the people that have been involved with the channel, anybody that we've interviewed. And like I say, next week we're going to follow up with the B-17 stuff, and we will take it back to you to tell you how they're doing that, okay? So, from myself,
And Fred,
we
you
will
have a good week.
have a great week, and remember, everybody, learn to love one another, okay? Adios.